And now Mrs. Krista Morvai for 1 minute. Thank you very much. For a quarter of a century now, I've been defending human rights as a lawyer, and that's why I have to say that I speak with a lot of compassion for my colleagues, those colleagues who have this mission, this glorious mission, and who have lost their lives, sacrificing their lives for this mission. And I would like to really extend my empathy, my condolences also for their loved ones. What's the correct way to proceed under these circumstances? I think we should be asking for an inquiry, an in-depth, proper inquiry on the part of the state authorities without further ado. And I really hope that the European Parliament will have the legitimacy to do so. But unfortunately, I fear that this may not be the case. Why? It's basically because we only have demands vis-à-vis other outside states. But if something happens within one of our own member states, in my country, for instance, in Hungary, you've got serious human rights abuses. Mr. Paul Schmidt, our vice president, knows, of course, what has been happening. You've got demonstrations that have been organised by tens of thousands of people to remember the revolution of 1956, the anniversary of that revolution, and what happened around these events. There have been incidents and the Parliament has not yet investigated into what happened. So as long as this goes on, and as long as the Parliament can go on like this, we have a vice chairperson in our subcommittee who will form part of the government that was responsible for these heinous acts. Well, as long as that continues, we don't have the legitimacy either to speak to states outside of the European Union and to demand that they conduct a proper inquiry. So therefore, I would call upon you to please make sure that human rights abuses in Hungary itself are also properly investigated. Thank you. Thank you. We've actually used up more time than we intended to for this, but I think that this is a particularly serious matter and therefore it's important for everyone to get an opportunity to speak. So please, I ask for your indulgence. Mr. Preda under Catch the Eye for 1 minute. Mr. Preda, please.